Hello, lost souls. My name is Nyla, and I will be your guide through the abyss. Today's video, I'm gonna put a warning right here at the very beginning because, the subject matter that I'm about to talk about is, um, pretty dark, and it is, um, not for someone who's going through, a lot of mental struggles right now. If you are going through some rough times, if you're down in the, if you're, especially if you're going through depression, um, I'm going to recommend that you skip this video, um, because the topic uh that we're about to go to is not for the faint of heart, and not for those who are not meant or are not in a good state of mind. So if that is you, I would recommend you skip this one. But if you think you can handle it, I mean, by all means, stick around. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You know you best. So yeah. So let's get into it. Um, the Dark Night of the Soul and my experience of it. Um, so let's jump back a few years to around 13, 14 years old. Um, I am deep, deep, deep in depression, and I am having thoughts of ending uh, ending my life. I'm having, I'm deep in it. My life's gone to shit. I'm in the dumps. I'm not doing well mentally, right? The dark night of the soul has me in its grasp and it's not letting go. Um, I'm in the middle of the ocean with 50-foot waves and I'm on a tiny fishing boat. There's no surviving this. Suppose, or, you know, uh, that, that would be, what past me would be thinking. There's no surviving this. And, while I'm going through this, um, well, the reason I'm going through this is because of major dysphoria, major gender dysphoria. And one day it just hits me, right? It hits me, and it hits me harder than it's ever hit me. And I'm desperate. I'm not me. I'm looking for any and every opportunity to just make this suffering end. So I walk into the kitchen and my mom, she has a bunch of weight loss pills sitting around the counter on the kitchen. I pick up a little deal of these weight loss tablets and I grab myself a whole handful of them and I just swallow them right down, right? Not thinking anything about it. This is a completely unconscious choice, right? I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking that, I want to end it. I'm not. The only thing that I can think about is I don't want to be in this body. I want this body to change. So, I've just swallowed a handful of pills and I go to my room and I lay down and go to bed. Um, Unbeknownst to me, that would be the night that me and the other in in the other timeline, they passed away, right? They died. Um, but as you can see, I'm still here. Um, but I fully believed that that other me, they died that night. They didn't wake up the next morning. Um, but I did. Rather, very sick, and very much needing to go to the hospital. But I stared death in the face, and I came out the other side. Um, which was um not not easy for me, especially because um the fact that I was still hiding being transgender from my parents. Um, so when I did go to the hospital and they asked me what had happened, I was far too scared to tell anyone about it. Um, I was not able to get past my anxiety and my fear of them finding out that, I had just swallowed a bunch of pills because I was dealing with massive dysphoria and I wanted it all to end. So I didn't tell anyone, and I still haven't told anyone. Um, and I don't think I ever will tell any part of my family. Uh, but that's a story that I will probably be telling the therapist at some point whenever they call. Well, I know that I'm probably on a wait list because I asked my doctor recently to recommend me to a therapist. So I'm gonna be going out there and taking care of some past traumas. This story included, but the Dark Night of the Soul really can be very dangerous for um someone who's not ready for it. And that's the scary part of awakening is that sometimes it happens and we're not ready for it, and we don't know how to surf the waves. We don't know how to get through it on our own. Sorry, I'm a little bit paranoid. My parents are downstairs, and I don't want them to walk in on me making this video, particularly. But yeah, the Dark Night of the Soul can be soul shattering. It can destroy every part of you. It will break you down to it will break you all the way down to your base instincts, and you have to learn how to build yourself back up. Um, but I do believe that for those of you who are going through the Dark Night of the Soul, you wouldn't be going through it if you couldn't get through it. Um, if you didn't have the ability to get to the other side, you wouldn't be going through a Dark Night of the Soul. Uh, because uh, source energy, spirit, your spirit guides, um, you know, whatever you want to call it, God or goddess, excuse me, um, whatever you believe in, whatever spirits or entities that protect you would not allow you to go through it if they didn't believe that you were ready. Um, but there are occasions where you can have a near-death experience, and suddenly you're going through an awakening, and you're plopped right down into this dark night of the soul, and you don't know what to do. And I'm here to tell you that when and if this happens, find a support team. Find somebody, spiritual teacher, um, whether that be on YouTube or whether that be in person. Find somebody uh, who knows and has gone through it to help you through these tough times because if you're going through it and you're not ready to go through it, you've um, ended up here uh, on a whim, on a turn of the events that were out of your control. You're gonna need a support team. You're gonna need some people to tell you what's going on and to show you how to get through it. Um, Trying to go through it on your own like I did, you could end up like me, and you might not make it to the other side like I did. You might not jump timelines like I did. Um, so don't let yourself believe that you know that that you can do it alone if you're not ready for it. Don't let the ego tell you that you can go through this alone if you're not ready for it because it will destroy you. And I don't want to see that happen. I want to see you come out the other side, the bright, beautiful, divine soul that you are. uh That's what I want to see. You know, that's what I want for you. I want you to plunge into the dark night of the soul, conquer everything that life throws at you, and come out the other side bigger, better, stronger, more knowledgeable uh, than you ever were. I want you to come out the other side being your best self. I don't want to see the dark night of the soul destroy you and destroy a beautiful life, right? So if you are going through the dark night of the soul, like I said before, um, know that um, you're not alone. There are people out there who are going through the same thing. It will end. It will end. You can get through it and have yourself a support team. Um, find yourself a support team. Um, and even if you're not going through the dark night of the soul by random chance, still find yourself a support team. It's always good to have community. It's always good to have people around you who know and understand what's going on with you. Um, because in this day and age, when Christianity is the ruling religion, and New Age, the New Age, the awakening, the awakened path is something that is very much in the minority currently, but there are people waking up every day, you know. So no matter where, at what point you're going through your awakening, you can find somebody who's going through the same thing, and they will help you. The awakened community is beautiful and accepting and welcoming to anyone who's going through their awakening, and especially people who are going through the dark night of the soul, because a lot of us have been there, and we know what that's like, and we know how terrible that is, and or how terrible it can be. You know, there are some people who go through the dark night of the soul that who won't have as bad inexperienced as other people. There are some people who have a lot of things that they need that they uh, have to work through in order to find their place in the awakening. There's a lot of a big mess, a lot of junk, a lot of skeletons in the closet for them to have to open and clean out in order to get to the other side. So for some people it will be worse. For some people it won't be as bad. Um, but there is always somebody out there who knows what you're going through in your awakened journey and in your awakening, especially in the dark night of the soul. Um, so, with that being said, I do want to do a reading this video. I know I haven't done a reading in the past couple of videos because I really didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it. I felt like those videos stood on their own, needed to stand on their own. Um, so I am gonna get into this reading for you today uh, to uh, to see what you guys should be need to work on or should be working on right now during your awakening your awakened journey along the awakened path. Messages of guidance and wisdom for the collective, please. Messages of guidance and wisdom for the collective. There is a card in this deck that is not YouTube friendly, so if that card does appear, I won't be showing it on screen. Uh, and the deck that I'm using right now is the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. Very pretty deck. Um, very, very pretty deck. Alright, so chills. Upon my flesh, within thy bones, quivers a crawling, frozen numbness. Shall I ignore, or shall I bestow it on or shall I bestow it? The frozen knowing looks back at thy soul. The cards popped up a lot in this deck, actually. Um, let's read it in the book. Your body is an intelligent being, providing you with warning signs when you are in danger. Chills are one of the signs, and they warn you to seek shelter and warmth, so that you do not freeze. Just like the body, your soul provides you with the warning signs in the form of your intuition or the gut feeling that tells you something isn't right. Sacred soul, your awareness is needed now. You may be headed into a situation that can be avoided. There are red flags and clues that you have been ignoring. You may have felt the creepy feeling of something that the creepy feeling that something is off. Without proof, your ego tries to convince you that your feelings are misguided or premature. Do not dismiss what you feel. There is still time to seek shelter from the cold before getting caught at night in the in the snow. Why ain't that reading just just great for this particular video? All right, don't get caught. Don't get caught out. Um, when you're going through the dark night of the soul. Um, listen to your intuition. Let your instincts tell you. Um, you know, when and where, uh, or yeah, when and where something might feel off, or when someone feels off. Even in the spiritual community, there are teachers out there who are only in it for money. They don't really care about your awakening. They would they would rather you just give them your monies and give you a bunch of hoo ha to make you feel good. You know, a bunch of feel good stuff and send you on your way while taking your money. Um, so do be careful out there. You know, take your time, let your feelings. Don't ignore your feelings. Um, allow yourself to be in the moment. Um, don't try to rush it. Um, definitely don't try to rush your way through. You will crash hard trying to rush through the dark night of the soul. Um, and you will end up in some very dark places, mentally, physically. Um, so yeah, take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Um, give yourself all the love that you need. Find yourself a community. Um, do what you gotta do in order to get through the dark night of the soul. But don't rush it. You know, let the universe do what it does. And yeah, that's that will be it for this video. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. Uh, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Um, share your story. Share your Dark Night of the Soul stories in the comments below. I would love to read your stories. Um, but yeah, that will be all for today's video. So I will see you guys. Oh, I forgot. If I hope this video did earn your subscription. Gotta throw that one in there. YouTube seems to think that it helps with to get people to subscribe more often. So throw that one in there. But I will see you guys all in the next video.